Welcome to Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, with your host, Steve Garrett, lifetime member of the National Corvette Museum, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 45 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-840-5334. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. And be sure to visit the Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteToday.com. You can access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join our Corvette Today Facebook group there as well. Also, make sure you sign up for the Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at CorvetteToday.ck.page. And if you like YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube as well. And be sure to patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at MidEngineCorvetteForum.com. Soul Performance Products. Developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvette. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit Aerolarri.com. That's AEROLARRI.com. And use the promo code CT111 for your $100 discount. Ciocca Corvettes. If you're a Corvette enthusiast, and I know you are since you're listening and watching Corvette Today, then you need to know about Ciocca Corvette. They're based in Atlantic City, where you can find over 100 new and pre-owned vets on the lot and inbound. Ciocca also ships Corvettes all over the country, custom ordered to your specifications. They're staffed with experienced pros who can answer all your questions. So don't compromise. Visit CioccaCorvette.com. That's CIOCCA Corvette.com and find out more. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. E5 Wheels. E5 Wheels is a passionate and dedicated wheel company that serves only Corvette. They make spun-forged wheels for your C8, C7, and C6 Corvette. With the best fitment in the industry, E5 Wheels ensures your wheels complement the aesthetics and functionality while optimizing the performance of your Corvette. Visit e5wheels.com or call them at 305-964-7429. And a shout out to Canadian Corvette Forum and Corvette Forum, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. All right, everybody, it's time to bring you the latest Corvette news and headlines with my pal Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger.com. Keith is always here every other week. Together, we keep you current and up to date on what's happening with America's sports car. Keith, happy holidays. It's the week of Christmas and Hanukkah, buddy.
Happy holidays, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas to all the people out there, and of course, happy Hanukkah as well. Very exciting time, lots of things going on. Even though when there's not a lot of news expected over the holidays, guess what? There's always news coming out about Corvette. Good thing that we do these every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I said in my email, you'd be surprised. You'd think around the holidays, news would slow down a little bit.
Nope, not for the Corvette.
We've got lots to cover, buddy. Let's start off like we always do. Let's get a production update from the Bowling Green Assembly Plant.
Sure, Steve. So just as a reminder for everyone out there that the Corvette assembly plant will be closed for these 3 weeks. They closed after the final shift on Friday, December 13th, and then the regular production operations will return again on Monday, January 6th. So I'm not going to really give any new updates going on here, but the nice thing is I got a last count from that final shift, and it shows that 7,063 Stingrays, 2,944 Z06s, and a total of 889 E-Rays have been produced so far. That total is 10,896 States Corvettes produced for the 2025 model year.
Nice. And we also found out that there's over 6,600 Corvettes on the ground as of December 14th, too.
Yeah, this was pretty interesting. So we have a friend named Jeff Thomas who occasionally will send me some interesting data, and he likes to go into the Chevrolet live inventory tracker at Chevrolet.com, and that's where he found a total of 6,646 new Corvettes available at dealers nationwide. Not all these cars are available. Some of them are dealer stock orders. Some of them are customer sold orders, and actually some of that count is cars transported. But the way Stingrays are today, there's a lot of cars available. It allows people to go in and actually find that inventory to see if they can find a car that matches them. What's interesting to us, though, is Jeff also provided a previous look at the live inventory tracker from August 1st. So on August 1st, there was only 3,888 Corvettes on the ground. Now we've got 6,646. So you can see how the supply has definitely grown.
Yeah.
Definitely significantly more vehicles on the ground now than we had earlier this summer. In that breakout, it shows that 4,974 of those cars are Stingrays, 1,213 are Z06s, and then there's 437 E-Rays that were showing up on dealers by doing a nationwide search. Now, Jeff, what he does is he uses a zip code in Kansas, which provides a 2,000-mile radius, so it effectively covers the entire United States.
Wow.
It's a great way to find cars. So there are definitely dealers out there offering significant deals on new Stingrays. So if you want to buy off the lot as opposed to ordering new, you can save a boatload of cash. The Chevy Live Inventory Tracker is actually a great place to find those Corvettes that match your parameters. And you can also filter and search and look by distance or prices high to low. You know, if you're considering a new Corvette purchase and you're kind of looking for something particular, the Chevrolet Live Tracker might be just the tool for you.
And this is the time of year to buy because we're in the quote-unquote off season, so you might find even some better deals during the early winter time frame.
Yeah, we're at the end of the month. We're at the end of the year. We got a couple of dealers we talked about previously that are hopefully going to move up in the ranking, so they're actually blowing out cars left and right. Definitely something to consider.
Nice. Also, if you have a 2024 C8, we have a new Technical Service Bulletin that addresses the front view cameras and their malfunctions. What's going on with that, Keith?
Yeah, this is a service bulletin. So this is when service personnel, they see stuff over and over again and it gets reported back to GM, and then GM puts out a service bulletin so everybody can see that, hey, if you find this, it might be related to this problem. This latest service bulletin addresses a malfunction with the front view camera modules on certain 2024 Corvette Stingrays, Z06s, and E-Rays. Apparently what happens is that front camera modules may not work after sitting in the cold for a while. You don't want to find that out when you're creeping up to a parking spot and you got that front splitter on there. You don't want to damage that.
Yep.
What they actually have to do to correct this problem is actually replace that camera module with one that's not sensitive to cold temperatures. It only takes about 25 minutes or so. It's a free service call for those that are under warranty. As you can imagine, though, Steve, these front camera modules are limited in supply. Dealers aren't allowed to have them, in stock and ready to go. So it might take a little bit once they've identified the problem to once they get that part in to fix it. So if you're finding your front camera modules aren't working, your parking cams and such, that could be the issue.
There's always a hitch, buddy.
These cars are complicated these days.
That's right. That's right. Also, we have another accolade. Kogod's 2024 Made in America Index ranks the C8 Z06 as number 12. I guess if we were number 2, we could say we try harder.
Yeah, this is actually kind of interesting. There's 2 of these surveys that go out. The way that Kogod School works is they do an annual index based on the information from the window sticker. Under the American Automotive Labeling Act of 1994, all vehicles sold in the U.S. must report and display on the window sticker the source of exclusive U.S./Canadian content, where it's assembled, where the engine and transmission are sourced. And then they use that window sticker info plus a few more variables to generate this list of these cars that are made in America with the most American-made or most U.S., Canada-based content. The Corvette Z06 finished 12th in the survey, while the Stingray was tied at 14th with the Tesla Model 3. That's actually a drop for the Stingray, which was 3rd in 2022 and tied for 7th in 2023. These figures are always changing. It's not so much that our content's changing, but competitors are also upping their American content in the meantime. When you look at the amount of content, it's still really an American-made car. It's just others are also sourcing that, and there's some differences there that cause the rankings to change. It's always an interesting exercise, and of course, it is America's favorite sports car, so we like a good ranking there.
Yeah, we're number 1 on the sports car list, but we're 12th on the overall list, I guess, right?
Exactly, yes.
Got it. And finally, Keith, this is really cool. Thursday of last week, we had a new video that showed the C8 ZR1 setting a new record time from 0 to 60. I'll let you tell everybody what it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, some early Christmas tidings here. Release of the official performance stats for the 2025 Corvette ZR1. What they did was they actually offered times and stats for both the standard ZR1 and the ZR1 with the ZTK performance package. So the ZR1 has an official 0 to 60 sprint time of 2.3 seconds when it's equipped with the optional ZTK performance package, while the standard ZR1 without the ZTK sprints 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Again, very quick there. As for the quarter mile, the ZTK equipped ZR1 runs the quarter mile in 9.6 seconds with a trap speed of 150 miles per hour, and the standard ZR1 finishes the quarter mile in 9.7 seconds at 152 miles per hour. Chevrolet says all these tests are done on 93 octane pump gas. They were tested at a non-prepped drag strip surface. So, Steve, you can imagine some new ZR1 owner is going to get this car, going to put on a set of racing slicks, and then go to a prep track. We might actually see some faster times. Actually something really to look forward to. Chevy also gave us a comparison of all four models now. So the Stingray was Z51. That does it in 2.9 seconds, 0 to 60. The Z06 with the Z07 package is 2.6 seconds. The E-Ray is 2.5 seconds. And now ZR1 with ZTK is 2.3 seconds. You know, we've got another car that might be coming out there called the Zora. Are we looking at 1.9 there or 2.0? Exciting times at the Corvette engineering place up there. They got some good stuff going on.
That's for sure. Boy, if we could break 2 seconds, that would be incredible, buddy.
And again, you know, they tested on the non-prep track with just irregular tires and pump gas.
Yeah.
You start tweaking a few things here and there, and definitely you've got a car that might be a lot quicker.
That's amazing. Well, buddy, let's take our first break. When we come back, it's Corvette Racing and Corvette Rumors coming up next on the holiday edition of Corvette Today.
We all know that wheels make the car. Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish in bright chrome or black chrome will take your Corvette to new levels. And it comes with a 5-year warranty. Durability is a defining feature of the Wheelcraft finish. Their PVD chrome is superior to traditional chrome with a finish that is brake dust resistant and cleans effortlessly with soap and water. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchange for select C4 through C8 models, or they can apply the PVD finish to your current wheels. No matter what generation you own, Wheelcraft will transform the look of your Corvette. With every Corvette comes a unique story, and Wheelcraft has embraced this idea. When you purchase your new set of wheels, you receive a lifetime membership to the Wheelcraft Pit Crew, granting you access to your own page on Wheelcraft's website, where you can post pictures and tell your Corvette story. Visit our website at wheelcraft.com or call 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
Hey Corvette lovers, Brian Sarf here from IntelliSense Family Office, formerly known as True Wealth & Company. I want to share a personal story today about my Uncle George. He was a lifelong Corvette lover, one of the first members of the Horseless Carriage Club in St. Louis, and a retiree from General Motors. He worked at Bowling Green Assembly for years, and he planned to rebuild Corvettes during his retirement. But his life was cut short by an untimely death at the age of 64. Uncle George and my aunt were smart, college-educated people, but their investment advisor never looked holistically at their wealth plan and didn't ask critical questions about how assets were titled, who the beneficiaries were, or how to take a pension, or if they had a will or trust. When my Uncle George died, my aunt spent the next 26 months in probate court spending thousands of dollars on attorney fees. All of this could have been avoided with a few hours of financial planning and working with the right advisor. This experience drove me into this business. I knew that there had to be a better way, and I vowed to find it. Today, with IntelliSense, we do 6 key things for our clients. Help you make smart decisions with your money, pay less in taxes, protect your assets, ensure a smooth wealth transfer, magnify charitable gifts, and plan for longevity. Just like maintaining your Corvette, managing your wealth requires attention and expertise. If you're ready to secure your financial future, visit IntelliSense.com or reach out to us today at 913-653-8783. I'm Brian Sarf, and I look forward to helping you protect your dream by learning from the lessons from my family. Investment advisory services offered through IntelliSense Investment Solutions Incorporated, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Rev up your ride with the ultimate upgrade. The Radiator Grill Store is your go-to destination for top-notch C8 Corvette Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray accessories. Elevate your style with custom-painted engine bay covers, sleek front splitters, and side skirts that scream sophistication. Keep your C8 protected with premium Radiator Grill screens. Stand out from the crowd at car shows and beyond. Use code CT10 for an exclusive 10% discount off your total purchase at RadiatorGrillStore.com. Don't miss out on turning heads. Upgrade your Corvette today.
For the best in CB Stingray Z06 and E-Ray aftermarket carbon fiber replacement components and body kits, check out RacingSportConcepts.com or call 1-800-815-3751. Tell them Steve sent you to save 10% with coupon code Corvette today.
Join us at the world's largest collector car auction, Mecum Kissimmee, January 7th through 19th. An estimated 4,500 vehicles, including hundreds of Corvettes, will cross the auction block. And Friday, January 10th is Corvette Day. Meet Steve Garrett of the Corvette Today podcast and Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger.com. Join Corvette lovers from across the country for a tour of the venue and learn more about some of the Corvettes consigned to the auction. Corvette Day at Mecum Kissimmee 2025, Friday, January 10th. Go to Mecum.com to register to bid and use the promotional code VETDAY to get a discount on tickets. The experience begins at Mecum.com.
Happy holidays from Corvette Today. Now, back to the show with your host, Steve Garrett.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Make sure you take advantage of the Wheelcraft holiday special going on now through December 31st. Purchase a $200 gift certificate for only $100. And you can use the Corvette Today promo code, which is CT50, and get an extra $50 off your total purchase at Wheelcraft. Visit wheelcraft.com today or give them a call, 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is my pal, Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger. It's the holiday edition of Corvette Today. In segment number 2, we always cover Corvette racing and Corvette rumors. Keith, we got 3 stories from Corvette racing. First of all, Pratt & Miller announced their driver lineup next year for the IMSA GTD Pro category. Who's racing next year?
Absolutely, yeah. Rolex 24 Daytona is just a month away. Corvette teams have been getting ready for action. So, yeah, we've got the driver lineups for the number 3 and the number 4 Corvette Z06 GT3Rs. In the number 3 Corvette, we have Antonio Garcia and Alexander Sims as the regular drivers, with Daniel Juncadella coming in for the endurance race. And then for the number 4 Corvette Z06 GT3R, we have Tommy Milner and Nicky Katzberg as the full-time drivers, and young hot shoe Nico Verone coming in for the endurance races there. Really exciting team. Most of these guys have been with us for a while. Nico was part of the championship-winning World Endurance Championship team a couple years back, pairing up again with Nicky Katzberg there as well. Good stuff happening for Corvette racing. Season starts on Saturday, January 25th, and the green flag drops at 1:40 p.m. at the Rolex 24 Daytona.
Man, that's great to hear some of those veterans back in Corvette racing. That's great. Also, we've got Trackhouse Racing. I'm not familiar with them. They're joining TF Sport in the GT3R in Daytona, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. So Trackhouse Racing has teamed up with the British team TF Sport. They run the World Endurance Championship team over in Europe. What they're going to do is they have a single entry for the Rolex 24 at Daytona in the Z06 GT3R. What they're going to do is they're going to have Ben Keating, again, part of that championship-winning team just a couple years ago. He'll be one of the drivers, and then he's paired up with 3 others. Shane Van Gisbergen, Scott McLaughlin, and Connor Zilich are all participating there. What's interesting is they're actually going to be running in the same class as Corvette Racing, the GTD Pro class. So a little bit of competition for our factory racers, but again, as long as the Z06 GT3R comes out on top, who can complain about that?
Exactly. And it was good to hear Ben Keating is back at Corvette Racing. We had him on Corvette Today, and I'm glad that he's still on the team in some way, shape, or form.
Exactly. Yeah. Anytime he can get behind the wheel of a Corvette means that good things are going to happen.
Absolutely right. Also, this is really cool. Tommy Milner visited the Corvette team's all-person meeting in Detroit. Were they planning on him being there?
Yeah, what they did was they invited him in to talk about the Z06 GT3R. I think these all-person meetings at the end of the year are just kind of a way to pull the team together and kind of talk about the goals and achievements that you were working on throughout the year, and a little bit of a celebration. You know, and a lot of times these guys don't probably see each other all that often. You got some people here at this location, some at the other location. So it's a nice way to get everybody together. They brought in Tommy to talk about that first year of the Z06 GT3R. He shared a picture of the GT3R show car as well as that 2025 Corvette ZR1 that was used to test at the Nürburgring and then ran the 233 miles an hour top speed run at Papenburg in Germany. What he says in his Instagram post was, the race car is certainly cool, but getting to listen to many of the team members talk about the process of going 233 miles per hour, the fastest ever by an American car manufacturer, was incredibly impressive. Tommy continues, he says, the Corvette production team has a very similar feeling of the race I've been part of. Short deadlines, fast thinking, and using all available people and tools to squeeze every last bit of performance out of the car. I think it would have been really cool to be a fly on the wall for that meeting. Obviously, the Corvette team has had some pretty exciting achievements in 2024, and already 2025 is looking even more brighter. You've got the Corvette ZR1 finally entering production. So good things are going to happen. But again, I think this is a great meeting where they could all kind of get together and talk about everything they accomplished.
I'd love to go to one of those meetings. That'd be awesome.
Yes, it would.
Buddy, let's take our final break. When we come back, it's the fun side, the lighter side of Corvette, coming up next on the holiday edition of Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With agreed value protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
The National Corvette Restorer Society is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. 50 years of affirming and promoting the preservation and restoration of the Corvette. 50 years as the foremost Corvette collector car organization for building value with its prestigious awards. Have you ever considered joining NCRS? Over 70,000 people have. We're so much more than just the nuts and bolts. The NCRS flight judging program can and often does increase the value of America's sports car by researching and publishing the leading tech manuals and judging guides for the 1953 through 2007 Corvettes, by training the best judges and by hosting local, regional, and national judging events. And when you join, you'll get award-winning magazines like Corvette Restorer and Driveline all throughout the year. Joining is simple and easy. Just go to ncrs.org and sign up. There are NCRS chapters all throughout the U.S. and all around the world. Chances are there's a local chapter near you. So join NCRS today at ncrs.org. We come for the Corvettes. We stay for the friendships made along the way.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
Hi, I'm Mark Falter, host of the Retirement Income Hour podcast and Corvette enthusiast. I know when I bought my Z06, I was thinking two things. One, these cars are incredible. And two, man, are they expensive. Owning a Corvette isn't just about driving fast. It's about living life in the fast lane. But are your finances keeping up? On my podcast, I make wealth management as smooth as your car on the open road. Whether it's planning your retirement, building your investments, or how to get this retirement account to pay for your Corvette vision, I got you covered. Search for the Retirement Income Hour podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and let's shift your finances into overdrive. I'll see you on the open road, financially and literally.
Investment advisory services offered through Mid-American Wealth Advisory Group, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm.
VetFinders.com is the Internet's original Corvette classified ads website, with classified ads starting at just $25, and every ad runs until your Corvette is sold. If you're in the market for a Corvette, VetFinders.com has over 500 Corvettes for sale from all around the USA and Canada, and covering all 8 generations. Visit VetFinders.com, the Internet's destination for buying and selling Corvettes. That's VETTE Finders.com.
You're enjoying the only current podcast on Corvettes, Corvette Today.
Thanks once again for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Make sure you take advantage of Wheelcraft's holiday special going on now through December 31st. Purchase a $200 gift certificate for only $100, and you can also use the Corvette Today promo code, which is CT50, and get an extra $50 off your total purchase at Wheelcraft. Visit wheelcraft.com or just give them a call, 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger, my partner in crime every other week. If you want a deeper dive into any of the stories that we cover, you can always go to CorvetteBlogger.com. In this final segment, we cover the fun side, the lighter side of Corvette. Keith, a 1978 Corvette is being donated to an automotive program at the College of Southern Nevada. Man, how cool is that? And who's donating the car?
Yeah, this is actually even a little bit of a cooler story. We've gotten to the point where cars, like the new Corvettes are so different than the classics, so much so that it kind of takes somebody with a different skill set to fix those problems that an owner might have. There's a guy named Ken Goodrich. He works for an air conditioning and plumbing company out in Las Vegas. He purchased a 1978 Corvette at Barrett-Jackson and then donated it to the College of Southern Nevada's automotive program, which will allow students to learn how about fixing some of these classic cars as well. The really cool part is once the students are finished with the car, it'll be given back to Goodrich. He'll sell it at another Barrett-Jackson auction, and then the proceeds of that car will go back to the school. So really cool little program there, and they've got a picture of, all these students gathered around the older car, and sometimes despite it, we see the new cars as the end-all, be-all, and something great. Those classics are a lot of fun to work on, and you go from a lot of computerized equipment to just knowing basics about carburation or points and plugs and things like that. Good to see these students getting another look at a different way to do a career in automotive repair.
The good old days. Points, plugs, and condensers, Keith.
There you go.
Also, buddy, let's compare the brand new ZR1, the C8 ZR1 that's coming out next year. We've already got some comparisons going on. Like there's a new Aston Martin called the Valhalla. It's going to be $1 million car, and it's 1,064 horsepower too.
Yeah, where did we hear that figure from, Steve? 1,064. It really sounds familiar.
Yes.
It's interesting because we've had a couple of new hypercars come out. We had the McLaren and the Ferrari. Both are $1 million cars.
Yep.
Now we have Aston Martin coming out with their own. This is a mid-engine sports car called the Valhalla, and it's a hybrid. So it features the AMG-based twin-turbo flat-plane 4-liter V8, which makes 817 on its own. But then it's got 3 electric motors to give it a total of 1,064 horsepower. And again, like you said, the biggest difference between our car and the Valhalla is obviously the price. We don't have a figure yet for the ZR1, but if you're going to be spending about $1 million large on the Valhalla, quite the comparison there. Again, we got to see how these cars do on the track, and that's one of the reasons why we're excited to see some of those stats come out for the ZR1 last week as well. Good stuff happening there. We just need the pricing and then be able to get on to ordering in February.
I hope we get pricing like February or March for the ZR1. I can't wait for that stuff.
I'm betting it comes in January. I think they got to give us a little bit of lead time to freak everybody out, I'm sure.
That'd be awesome.
Either good or bad. We don't know yet.
Exactly right. This is also a cool story, Keith. The National Corvette Museum is going to have a Richard Prince photography exhibit next year.
Exactly. Author, historian, and Corvette racing photographer Richard Prince was just inducted into the Corvette Hall of Fame last September, and now the NCM is going to be doing a new exhibit based on his photographs. They'll have more than 40 of his images on display in 2025. They're going to be on different surfaces and backgrounds, and they're all going to be framed. The exhibit is called Speed Captured, the Photographic Works of Richard Prince, and that's going to open on Friday, March 7th, 2025. So we'll get to actually see it when we're up there for the NCM Bash in April.
I'm looking forward to that. As a matter of fact, a little bit of a preview for next week's show. Ryan Eichler, the Director of Marketing and Communications for the National Corvette Museum, will be on Corvette Today next week to talk about everything that's going on next year at the National Corvette Museum. He talks about the Richard Prince exhibit, so make sure you check that out. Put it on your calendar, and Keith and I will both see you at the NCM Bash. Also, Keith, U.S. News and World Report says the 2025 Corvette wins a head-to-head battle with none other than the 2025 Porsche 911. How about that?
Yeah, not only was it just the overall winner, but it kind of trounced the Porsche in all these different categories. Here's just some of the words of phrase that we've taken from this article. They call the Corvette a luxury sports car bargain with its accessible pricing, fantastic performance, comfortable interior, and generous storage, and added that its extreme personality might not be for everyone, but it's undoubtedly a solid choice in this segment. We've been going head-to-head with Porsche for years, and we've kind of been the stepchild a little bit in those comparisons. But the way the C8 has come on and the different models now, Stingray, Z06, E-Ray, and coming up the ZR1, we've got a real story to tell, and I think places like U.S. News and World Report are seeing it.
Take that, Porsche.
That's right. That's right.
Also, Keith, this is your story here. This is really cool. Keith just got on his brand new Hysteria Purple E-Ray some Wheelcraft wheels that are chrome. They look fantastic.
I started thinking about these bright chrome wheels. Obviously, we have Wheelcraft as a sponsor as well on CorvetteBlogger. I just have always loved chrome wheels. I think sometimes black wheels, they work well on certain cars, but then also I see a lot of photography and they're just kind of lost. They're black circles on a car that doesn't really stand out. So I really like the shininess of the chrome. Call me an old man, I guess I am, but I like chrome. So I actually ordered these wheels just like any other person would do. Wheelcraft sent them to me. Actually, you can send them all over the place. You can send them to your dealership. You can send them to a tire dealer. You can have them done at the Corvette Museum at the Motorsports Park after you do an R8C delivery. And even your dealership can do them during PDI. With these wheels, I had to have them down here, so they sent them down to me. I took them to Stingray Chevrolet. Took about a couple hours, and $400 later, I walked out with some beautiful chrome wheels on my E-Ray. The other day, I took it out to one of the parks that I do a lot of photography with my cars, and the sun was bright on them, and they just shine and bling like no tomorrow. So very excited to see these wheels. I feel like the E-Ray's my own now. I had the standard pearl nickels as I was waiting to do the wheel exchange, and I was really starting to like those wheels, but now when I see the chrome, it's just like night and day, the difference. I told you, Steve, I like to go out to the garage at nights and say goodnight to my baby before going to bed, and when I turn on that light, I can see the chrome shining just under the LED lights in the garage. That was always something that I really like to see. There's nothing I think as beautiful as chrome, and then against the purple hysteria, it shows up really well. There's no mistaking it. The E-Ray wheels, again, I love because those thin spokes allows you to really see the brake calipers and those really large ceramic brakes from Brembo. It's a great look. We got a bunch of pictures up on CorvetteBlogger.com. I'm going to be sending these out on some social media sites as well. But yeah, Wheelcraft came through. I love those guys. Ed, thank you so much. Really made my car my own. I can't talk enough about them. And if chrome's not your thing, they actually do a black chrome as well, which kind of alleviates that problem of your wheels just kind of looking really dark. Picks up all the different angles and stuff. It's still dark, but yet you get that light reflecting off of them. So the PVD black chrome might be an option for people that like that black wheel as well.
Yeah, the black chrome wheels are simply gorgeous. And then you can say, hi, I'm Keith Cornett, and I like chrome wheels.
I was doing a little bit of mix-a like, I like chrome wheels and I cannot lie.
That's right. And our final story, we want to remind everybody at Meekum Kissimmee coming up on Friday, January 10th. It's Corvette Day. Keith and I will be there. We'll do a meet and greet, walk around and look at some of the Corvettes that'll be on sale at Meekum Kissimmee.
Exactly. And we actually have a special promo code for tickets. Even if you can't make it for Corvette Day, if you use the VETT Day, VETTEDAY, VETT Day as the promo code, regular tickets are $30. You can get them for $20. Actually, right now, I was on the Meekum Kissimmee website for tickets. And if you buy them right now, I think they're even 25% off. So they're like at $22 or something like that. But use our promo code. You'll save a little money there. And we'd love to have you on Corvette Day. We got some people joining us. Some other organizations will be out there as well. We can't wait to see you at Meekum Kissimmee 2025.
That's right. Looking forward to it. Keith, happy holidays. Happy New Year, buddy. We will talk again in 2025, and we'll do a best of from 2024 on our next news and headlines.
Sounds great, Steve. We see you guys out there. Make sure you keep waving to your fellow Corvette owners. If you see my car, you're going to need sunglasses because those chrome wheels are pretty bright.
Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today. And be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today show. And thanks to our sponsors, Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Ciocca Corvette at CIOCCA Corvette.com. E5 Wheels at E5Wheels.com. IntelliSense at IntelliSense.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the new promo code CT111 at Aerolarri.com. Racing Sport Concepts at RacingSportConcepts.com. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at ChevyUSA.com.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. If you'd like to contact Steve with ideas for Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Also, sign up for email notifications at corvettetoday.ck.page. Follow Steve and the show on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Threads at Steve Garrett DJ. Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today.